Hello, hello. I think I'm too zoomed in. Let's nothing like adjusting your settings just as you start going. What do we got here? Yeah, there we go. That feels better. Hello, everybody. Welcome. This is a casual live stream. I just really wanted to flip through Van Richten's Guide to Ravenloft, which is right here. But for... oh, and can you guys hear me okay? This is a microphone setup is different. So let me know if I am not audible. But I have the physical copy, which I have flipped through a little bit, but I also got it on D&D Beyond today. So I figured we could go through, and then I had an idea. To... I've been wanting to run a campaign, not a campaign, but I wanted to run like a scenario where you have to battle the nightmares of like a little child or something. And I figured that a domain of dread, like building one, would be the perfect thing, because the whole domain, like the whole nightmare domain that you're going to go battle the nightmares to save this little child, is going to be through like a domain of dread. So inside the little child's mind, you would have to battle things. But I don't know. So we'll see if it works out. I thought it was kind of cool. Yes. Hello. Welcome. Oh, sorry. Hello, everybody. Jordan here. The PH is silent. Gotta remember my taglines. So I think I can close this, but I might... No, I'll keep it open so I can, like, read this thing a little easier. My windows! Tell you guys, multiple monitors. What do? You get back up again. That's how it works. All right, so I have Brave open here, and that means if I go here, we hit transition, we should be able to see the wonderful world of D&D Beyond. So, still adjusting monitors. Okay. I think we're good. Did it again. Made all the windows collapse. This is why I don't stream, guys. I'm really bad at it. I'm so bad. Okay. So, Van Richten's Guide to Ravenloft. I am hearing mixed reviews. Some people are really liking it. Some people aren't. And I don't know. Let's just kind of go through. But I'm very interested in particularly the creating a domain of dread. I think that's going to be a lot of fun. So I guess we'll just start with the introduction and kind of go through here. Yeah. A scream shatters the still gloom, blah, 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 in hidden corners of the Shadowfell, our nightmare domains. Oh, so they did combine it with the Shadowfell. The hunger for the brave and the innocent, the ambitious and the wicked. Some call this collection of eerie realms the land of mist, but monster hunters know it as Ravenloft. Terror, magic, and mystery suspense fill these fractured domains. An infinite gallery of unfolding evils. Got dark lords, dark powers. Ravenloft is fundamentally magical realm. One that takes its name from the most infamous haunted location, the dreaded Castle Ravenloft in Barovia. Home of the notorious Stradvan Zarovich. Super exciting. Although Ravenloft is a setting of storied evils, the domains aren't without heroes. Brave souls, such as the Investigator. Avirnir. The monster-hunting Weathermay Foxgrove sisters. And the scholar Rudolf van Richten explore the domain's secrets. This book explores the domains of dread. The mysterious expanses of the Shadowfell. We're just full-on going to make it part of the Shadowfell. It's no longer its own thing. Chapter 1 details how players can create characters primed. So our characters, Chapter 2 is Dark Lords and Domains. Chapter 3 is overview of the domains, and then Dungeon Master tools. Okay. I like this. That's fun. I don't know. Do you guys think this will be very horrorful? Like that was one of the criticisms I heard is like we do a really good job of the criticisms I heard is that this is a watered down version of the 2E supplements that did a really good job with horror. But I think that is really in the hands of the game master. Like, I mean, if your game master isn't funny, then a comedic game isn't going to work. If your game master doesn't know how to spark terror, then a horror game is not going to work. So it's kind of, I feel like these are going to be good tools, but not reading this won't just automatically make you a master of fear. I don't know, horror. So, Foundations of Fears. Facing frightened creatures and venturing in the unknown are staples of both D&D adventures. Interweave suspense and mystery with familiar features. Genres of horror, which I like, because some of us need the explanation for that. Yeah, keep it separate from the Shadowfell. I really, Wizards really wants it to be all-encompassing, and I like that idea, but the more I research various campaign settings, it's kind of fun that they're their own separate thing. And that this is just D&D for some people, but it's not necessarily like my Spelljammer crew wound up in Ravenloft, although there is a part of me that really wants that to happen. So we're going to create atmosphere with traps and monsters, thrills that you control like a roller coaster. Focus on the fun. 7 Secrets of Ravenloft. I like this. Countless mysteries pervade the domains of dread, but these strange truths underpin the setting. Ravenloft is not a world. The lands and characters of Ravenloft don't share a planet. Rather, the domains of dread consist of innumerable demiplanes hidden amid the plane of shadow. Mysterious mists surround each of these island realms. The bravest souls might creep from one domain to another, but doing so involves considerable danger, and many who enter the mists are never seen again. So that's a little different, because we definitely have the core, but they were also separated from each other. But this kind of still fits, because you could walk into the mist and wind up in Lamortia or something. The Dark Powers control all. Sinister entities known as the Dark Powers manipulate domains of dread and all who dwell within. Immortal, unknowable, and omnipotent, the Dark Powers revel in sowing terror and subtly manipulating their captives over the course of generations. Domains imprison Dark Lords, so we know that. Dark Lords did a bad, and the Dark Powers take them and torment them. The mist encompass all. Supernatural haze suffuses the domains of dread. There are the mists of Ravenloft, ominous fogs that gird each domain. Is that a typo? What is gird? Encircle.
Gird.
Okay, I learned something today. Rising and falling as the Dark Powers desire. Tales attribute ominous powers to the mist, from cloaking monsters to causing entire villages to vanish. The mists are not bound to Ravenloft and slip across the plains, potentially dragging anyone into the domains of dread, which is how we get the Day of Mourning, the Seer 1313, that train. That's cool. Which I have mixed feelings about that, but they're not bad. Nowhere is safe. The mists of Ravenloft are notorious for kidnapping innocent souls and trapping them within the domains of dread, but they also collect characters, participate in specific terrifying adventures. Ravenloft can claim a soul for one night of terror or for an inescapable nightmare. Heroes confront horrors. Ravenloft is not a land of heroes. Few seek out danger in the mists or challenge Dark Lords. Fear and forces within characters themselves, potentially in the form of rare lineages or dark gifts, threaten personal dooms. Yet those who face these terrors shine as lights amid the mists, beacons to attract other heroes, but also greater threats. Hey, it's Mr. Rex! Yeah, I'm not circling things anymore. I am girding. Yeah. Could you take the car and just gird around for a little bit? So, oh yeah, I don't know. So, Mr. X, thank you. Welcome. Happy to have you here. It's nice to see you. Only fear is certain. The domains of dread provide malleable settings for any kind of horror adventures. The domains are unmoored from conventional reality. Anything happen within their borders. Normal people undergo terrifying transformations. Whole villages disappear unnoticed, and the mists bar every method of escaping a threat. Any surreal development you desire is also the will of the dark powers, assuring that the most terrifying possibilities come to pass. So we have most familiar races, magic items, and monsters are all available, but with twists that make them creepy or mysterious. I love it. Fantastic. So I'm gonna keep going. Nightmare. Oh, that's cool. The Bagman. By the standards of what otherworld inhabitants consider true insane, the domains of dread don't make sense. The settings domains don't neatly flow into one another. Yeah, I thought they were. Hello, thank you, sir, for the donation. Yeah, into my posts. That's awesome. I hope you also like the videos. I mean, the posts. I put a little bit of work in the post, but the videos. That's where the real work comes in. And I kind of like the ethereal plane is becoming more and more interesting to me, because it's really the one that permeates like everything. Like I might not be able to get from the. I mean, technically you can get from anywhere to anywhere because there's always a portal, but the deep ethereal and just like where it goes, it's really cool. Mr. X has a really good ethereal video if you guys wanted to check it out. Might be the first to inquire. Ravenloft is inherently a vast nightmare. I'm getting messages on my phone. The book gives characters nightmares. Ravenloft is a setting designed to bring nightmares to life for characters, not for players. Okay, so this is our content warning. Yeah, we want our characters to be scared, but not necessarily our people. Unfathomable hidden forces manipulate life and death within Ravenloft. These mysterious deathless beings are the architects of the domains of dread and have secreted these pockets of terror deep within the plane of shadow. The dark powers watch and influence events within their domain. When their gaze drifts, they reach into other planes to collect heroes and villains to add to their terrifying menagerie. To what end? No one knows. The dark powers don't move in the shadows of Ravenloft. They are the shadows. They're the mists and the darkness. They're the reason water manifests as rivers and stars appear in skies divorced from universes. They are the wardens that hold the Dark Lords prisoner, ever present and inscrutable. The dark powers are akin to gods in Ravenloft, but they are unknown to mortals and desire no worship. That is the scariest god, the ones that don't want you to be on their side. Yes, sorry, I'm just seeing Orb of Dragonkind. John Pickles, I did see your message on my other channel, and I actually took a screenshot of it, and I created basically, I have a big database of potential topics, and I put that one in there. I think the reason I didn't cover Orb of Dragonkind was because it was a Greyhawk. Well, I don't know why, but it's on my list. So I put it on the list. Thank you very much. But yeah, go check out other people have done really cool stuff on it, I'm sure. The true nature of the dark powers is for you to decide. How you perceive these forces can influence your view of their actions and agendas, who they abduct into Ravenloft, and why. Through your adventures, you might reveal these mysteries and use them to hint at ways to escape the domains of dread. So that's kind of cool. The myths are this. I kind of want to get into some like better stuff. Okay, domains are finite. That's cool. Domains are isolated. They're all surrounded by the mists. Domains share neither borders nor common geography, and you can't peer from one domain into another. Ooh. Each domain consists of a tormented villain, which are the Dark Lords. They're basically cages, and they're themed, because we gotta have fun themes. Dark Lords. Dark Lords are evil. They're prisoners. They're tormented. They influence the domains. They have very much a lot of control over them. They vary in threat. They are active. They brood. They run around. They don't realize that they're Dark Lords, and they're immortal. So that's fun. Adventurers, you could be a Mist Wanderer. Okay, cool. Next chapter. Character creation. Here we are. So we've got haunted heroes. Oh, that's cool. Well, chapter 4 in the DMs, how to craft adventures, invitation to a nightmare. You've invited to play a scary game. Blah, blah, blah. Prepare to be scared. Know your fears. Evil inside. Limit comedy. Gonna be hard. Really, really enjoy a good joke. No, it's too far. So this is where, okay, we're taking in our steps into being better people. I get it. Creating your character. Creature type. Every creature in D&D, including every player character, has a special tag in the rules that identifies the type of creature they are. Here's a list of the game's creature types in alphabetical order. These types don't have rules themselves, but some rules... Okay. So, Dampier. This is what I want to talk. Yeah. Poised between the worlds of the living and the dead. Excuse me, I got hiccups. Dampiers retain their grip on life, yet are endlessly tested by vicious hungers. Cool. So, here's our rogue. Doesn't he look like he's out of, what's that Kiefer Sutherland vampire movie? Lost Boys. He looks like a Lost Boy. Every Dampier knows a thirst slaked by living. While many Dampiers thirst for blood, you might get something else. So we could do blood, cerebral spinal fluid. Dreams I like, psychic energy I like, life energy is kind of cool. Your origins could be you are reincarnated. You are the reincarnation of an ancestor who was a vampire. Your pact with a deity, fiend, or fae, or spirit cause you to share their hunger. That's kind of cool. A parasite lives inside of you. Yes. 100%. That is what I want to do. No, I don't think there's an adventure attached to the book. I think there's adventure ideas, but I don't think there's a specific Ravenloft adventure. Other than Curse of Strahd. Sorry. You are diminished from an otherworldly being. Shaking your hunger hastens your renewal. One of your parents was a vampire. A radical experiment changed your body. So then we have different, oh, and again, this was a cool picture. That's cool. So, creature type, you're humanoid. I was sad that we didn't have the dual creature type that we did in the playtest, because I liked the idea that you're both undead, but maybe that just created too many problems. I'm not sure. Looks like you're faster than normal. Ancestral legacy. If you replace a race with this lineage, you can keep the following elements of that race. Any skill proficiencies you gain from it, and any climbing, flying, or swimming speed you gain from it. If you don't keep any of those elements, or you choose this lineage as a character creation, you can gain proficiency in 2 skills of your choice. And then I also get dark vision. Deathless nature, I don't need to breathe. A spider climb, you have a climbing speed equal to your walking speed. In addition, at 3rd level, you can move up, down, and across vertical surfaces, upside down, along ceilings, while leaving your hands free. Very powerful. Have that on all the time. Your fanged bite is a natural weapon, which counts as a simple melee weapon with which you are proficient. You add your constitution modifier instead of your strength modifier to the attack and damage rolls. Deals 1d4 piercing damage on a hit. While you are missing half or more of your hit points, you have advantage on the attack rolls you make with this bite. When you attack with this bite and hit a creature that isn't construct or undead, you can empower yourself in one of the following ways. You regain hit points, or you gain a bonus to the next ability check. Okay, that's kind of cool. There you go. Like dual creature type. Okay, yeah, was Mr. Ted against that, or was he okay with that? I like the idea of the dual creature type, because, I don't know, I think it can create more problems for the player, but the player also thinks they're really cool, and it's like, I'm sorry, like, I can't do this to you, or like, I'm going to turn undead, and you're technically undead, so. And I think I'm going to skip the Hexblood and the Reborn. You know, I kind of want to get to the whole, am I zoomed in a bunch? Oh, you know I am. Is that better? Should I? Okay. Dark. Okay, let's go back to the table of contents, because I don't know how long I have. And I want to create a domain of dread. BK Dan, welcome, welcome, welcome. So, crafting domains of dread. Ravenloft is a place where your nightmares can run wild, while anything you can imagine in moments of dread or despair can come in frightful life among the mists. The setting as a whole is made up of countless isolated domains. So this is what I was reading earlier. And oh, that's cool. Holy cow. Just like big black energy sword. I want to be this guy. Definitely want to be the... Instead of the king in yellow, the king in red. I don't know. Creating a Dark Lord. So, domains are mocking reflections of the evils they confine. Each has a purpose, being a prison designed to torture a deliberately chosen villain. To devise a domain of dread, you must first conceive its central antagonist and prisoner, its Dark Lord. The following sections detail how to develop a Dark Lord that contrasts your characters and can serve as a central rival to your horror adventures. I like this. This is cool. Sinister reflections. A Dark Lord's memories, desires, mistakes, and evil deeds shape the domain's twisted lands, inhabitants, and features. You do not create these in a vacuum, though. When creating your own Dark Lord, consider the relationship that will define their evil in your adventures. Their conflict with your player's characters, just as a Dark Lord is... oh, thank you very much. I'll get to you in a second. Consider a Dark Lord a sinister reflection of those characters. If you explore this connection, you'll help players create characters, then involve them in the process. What to affect? Ask your players which of the characters' personality traits... Okay, so this is kind of a fun exercise. I like that. Transform. I idolize a particular hero of my faith and constantly refer to that person's deeds into I'm obsessed with a hero. Oh, okay. Yes, thank you, Moonring. I did not know that there was no Wolfware. Or, oh, the Wolfware was one of the Dark Lords, right? Yeah. And he's not in here? Ah, sad day. There's got to be a werewolf one, though, right? Like, it's Ravenloft. Past life. Dark Lords aren't mindless killing machines. They are full but monstrous individuals. Consider how the Dark Lord is a reflection of the player's characters. That's kind of cool. Go ahead to genres of horror section to see if there are any types of horror. Okay. Dark Lord's family. Dark Lord family oppressed. Dark Lord's childhood like. Who would hurt the Dark Lord? Okay. This is cool. If you have a Taraka fortune-telling deck in Chapter 4, consider using that to shape that. Wicked personalities. Okay, so you're kind of built... Oh, it's got flaws, bonds, and stuff. That's fun. This is fun because you actually get to build a villain. I don't think... Has this been... What has this been? Sorry, I got distracted by a very rude person in the chat that I had to delete their message. In the DMG, is there ways for you to create a villain? They must, though. But I don't think they've used this ideal bond and flaws, so I think that's kind of cool. Corrupt beyond redemption. Evil acts. Dark Lords are villains. What was the first depraved act the Dark Lord chose to commit, and how did their ideal encourage them to do this path? Monstrous transformation. Some Dark Lords have features that make them similar to familiar monsters. Okay. Maybe they even gain supernatural abilities via a pact with the dark powers or upon arriving in their domain. Monstrous transformations. The Dark Lord loses their voice. Their words now carve themselves on the skin as lingering scars. The Dark Lord's eyes distend from their sockets like a slug's tentacles in the mouths of serpents, or on metallic cables. The Dark Lord's most painful memories visually repeat in reflections around them. This is what I want to do. Okay, so let's open a... I should change my screen here. Hang on. I've got... Okay. I've got... I just have my Brave window shown, which is my browser. So I think what I need to do is open up the whole monitor. And in order to do that, I did it. Okay. So we're going to transition. You guys shouldn't have seen anything except maybe you can see my thing down at the bottom. We're going to open a notepad. And I want to do a domain of dread. So maybe I will put this under me. Don't look at my desktop. Oh gosh. If we can do this, is that cool? Yeah, that works. All right, so we're gonna come over here. I'm gonna go down until I can get past the window. There we go. Hello. Maybe that needs to be a little bigger. A little bigger. We're good. Okay, so from here, oh my gosh, my search is D-Hammer. I mean, we had an agreement, D-Hammer. If I ever die, you're gonna clear my search history. Okay, so building a Dark Lord. I like this, which is the Dark Lord's most painful memories visually repeat in reflections around them. So I kind of had this idea where I wanted to create a Dark Lord that's, we'll just say a little girl, that's like a 8-year-old girl, and everyone's trying to help her. Like the players should be trying to help her, but then they realize that she's causing the problem. This is probably a trope, and everybody's probably done this, but I like the idea of like arriving in a village, not necessarily a domain of dread, but it could be. But arriving in a village and there's just weird stuff going on and everybody's scared and they don't know what to do. And this little girl's all alone and our players are like, how can you be all alone, little girl? We'll help you find your family or something. And it turns out she's actually a monster and she, I don't know, destroyed her family or something. Maybe she killed her parents. This is all dark stuff, so. So Cloud of Incense, So Birth of a Dark Lord. Dark Lords, okay. A Dark Lord lurks at the heart of every domain of dread. Oh, does it really? Does YouTube keep dropping the feed? Stream health. My stream health is excellent. Maybe it's on your end. I'm not sure. I don't know. I'm sorry. I'll try to keep that open and see if that is the case. Oh yeah, I shouldn't see. Now you guys can see things. It's just so bad. Okay, so consider selecting those best complement the player's creations that don't conflict with any boundaries discussed in your groups. Session 0. Okay. Endless torment, deathless returns, endless cycles, last gaffes, shocking reminders. Thank you, BK Dan, for the donation. Yeah, very much appreciate it. Unpleasant hope. So we need to specify locations with genres of horror, and then cultural, and then monsters and borders. Okay, so let's go check my phone messages because people are talking to me. And let's go over to genres of horror. What is your favorite genre of horror, people? So the idea of what I'm going for, so building a Dark Lord, we're going to say that, so Jordan wants a scary 8-year-old. British, just spooky. That's not going to be body horror. Don't want to do that. That could be cosmic horror. So we'll say cosmic. We'll say maybe a maybe. What else we got? We got dark fantasy. Dark fantasy is not what I... No, don't think so. Folk horror. Could be that. Could be folk. Chucky. No, not necessarily Chucky, but I don't know. Could be folk horror, and this is they involve beliefs and perceptions that are passed down through generations and take terrifying twists for those who ascribe to hidden traditions. So we could invent a, you know, the great grandchild of maybe it was a curse that was put on a long time ago, and this child is like she is the curse made manifest, and so the whole place, but maybe not. I'm not sure. Folk horror explores fears of isolation, paranoia, lost truths. Characters often discover that their beliefs aren't as universally held as they assumed. Folk horror monsters. Awakened Tree. Will-O-Wisp, Green Hag, Werewolf. Okay. Folk horror villains. A secluded temple's high priest who needs to find the perfect sacrifice. A night hag that dwells in the dreams of those who drink a special lavender tea. A shapeshifter that takes the appearance of the last person it fed upon. A wicker giant that animates during the new moon. A village of people who behave in archaic ways so they don't enrage an ancient lingering ghosts. Oh, that is creepy. A treant who demands living limbs to replace the branches of trees cleared by a town's construction. And a protective giant made from the corpses of deceased villagers. Okay. Could do classic hag stuff. The Dark Lord seeks to transform their body into a vessel or gate. Might do that. We'll think about that. A setting is a countryside, an island. Oh, that's pretty cool. Okay, so we're gonna say a telepathic collective that townsfolk join by ingesting a rare fungus. So what that is? So I got an idea when I read that. That what if everybody is, actually, motorcycle a changeling child that seeks the perfect parents. Where's the scary though? Like, what keeps people tied to the town? I don't know. I like that though. But a telepathic collective, what if the whole thing that I'm thinking of is actually our heroes got spores and then they wake up and they're in a town, but the whole M. Night Shyamalan twist is that they never woke up and they're still in that cave and mushrooms are slowly eating them. And so the whole goal of our heroes is the Dark Lord doesn't want them to leave, because if they leave, they might wake up, and the Dark Lord is trying to collect people. And so it's not actually a village, it's just a village in our brains. I don't know, that could be cool. I like that one. Folk horror adventure sites. A hag's hut, a mansion built on stone. Plots. Recover a missing villager. Hunt down the monster. Discover why anyone entering the city on horseback is imprisoned. Help a cult summon a fiend to combat an impending greater evil. Matrix meets D&D. Yeah. I think that's cool. Yeah. Yeah, actually, Matrix meets D&D. You called me out, BK Dan. Called me out. Escape an estate after the residents adopt the party and refuse to let them leave. That's kind of what I'm going for. Learn why the characters bear uncanny resemblances to the founders. Slay a dragon. Ghost stories. We could definitely do ghost stories. Let's see what they have. Personal ties. Consider heroes. Spirits are often evil, but they don't have to be. Ghost story monsters. We've got a lot of stuff. Villains could be a medium who feeds victims to spirits. Spirit of a long dead murderer who stalks the same types of victims. The haunted home of a cruel patriarch. Phantom Rider. These are not popping out at me like the other ones were. Any animal the Dark Lord sees dies and comes to haunt the Morbid Zoo. Oh my gosh. That is spooky. Hello, Morning Ring. Moon Ring. Sorry. Have I ever played the horror game Dark? I don't play horror games. I'm not a big horror guy, to be honest. What was that Daniel Radcliffe movie? It's like The Lady in Black or something. My wife took me to that because she really wanted to see it. I don't like horror movies, and I did not do well. I did not have a good time. Something like slasher movies I can kind of handle because I'm like, I don't know, it's a bad guy, whatever. But the supernatural spooked me a lot. So, like what we're writing right now, kind of spooky. Ghost story. Okay, I'm going to move on from ghosts. Gothic. The terror within, not without. It shatters the illusion of humanity, bringing a mirror to us. I don't think this is what I'm looking for. Yeah, this is what you could turn into kind of thing, which is kind of combination body horror. What other ones we got? Disaster horror. I like that. Occult detective stories. Psychological horror. Heightening or calling into question character's state of mind. Yeah, I definitely want to do that. The Woman in Black is what I'm looking for. I don't think I understand. It is kind of... Wait, so that's kind of... I'm trying to remember the plot of that movie. I was very not paying attention on purpose. Okay, let's read this. States minds, emotions, and perceptions. They often highlight the difference between what characters think and how they behave. When creating adventures rooted in psychological horror, consider common fears and anxieties. These readily become metaphors for villains and monsters. Fear of being judged by one's peers might manifest as a jury of Nothics, while fear of change could be represented by a Medusa that petrifies those. Okay, that's kind of fun. Oh yeah, stigmatized mental illness. Work to avoid such tropes. So let's not do that. Slasher horror. Man, have you guys ever played Dread? That is a fun... I did a really cool slasher horror game with the Dread RPG that we were going to turn it into like a stage show. Like we had these big Jenga pieces and we were going to perform it live. But finding a venue and, I don't know, getting people interested in the idea of watching live RPGs where I live, we kind of have to build up to that. You know, something that's not D&D, it's kind of like, I should look up Darkwood? Okay, I'll think about it. Thank you, sir. I should move this so you guys don't keep seeing it. I apologize. So let's go back to... So that was the domains there. We've got other domains of dread. Mist Wanderers. Preparing, running horror games. Horror toolkit. Oh, there is an adventure. adventure for 4/6 first level characters who will advance to 3rd. Good on you, Wizards of the Coast. Oh, that's fun. Oh, that's really cool. There's this. Oh, there's seances, and then you. Oh, I like it. That's cool. That's really cool. So yeah, we should definitely House of Lament, Escaping the House Beyond the House. Cool. We're gonna go with. I think it's gonna be kind of like a folk horror thing. So, I'm gonna keep this, but I'm gonna actually like push it down because I don't necessarily want to lose this. So, oh yeah, the dark gifts are really cool. So, okay, so we have sentient, and I can't spell, guys. I shouldn't be doing this. And we should open another window. I cannot spell. So let's open a new tab. Because we're gonna run into some problems. You know, I'm gonna have to open it in Chrome, I think. Okay, let's just go to temporary. Let's open a new Google Doc, something that has spell check. And this is going to be the fungus among us. That's what we will call this. It's going to be so much fun. Okay, so I'm going to do this. And might have to do this a little bit. Okay. All right, so we're going to call this the fungus among us, which you can't see because my face is in the way, but I think that's going to be fun. The fungus among us. Title, boom. And normal text will be... So we're going to have a sentient field? Oh, among... I don't know. I think it's funnier if I do that. Is it funnier if I do this? Okay. A sentient fungi that communicates telepathically. See, I can't even spell fungi. And essentially acts as a single creature. In order to grow and expand to the surface, or maybe the... Okay. Or expand to the surface, it requires victims. No, I won't say that. The fungus feeds on living creatures, but also feeds on their psionic energy. Do we like that? Ah, the trouble with tribbles. The trouble with tribbles. Okay, so we'll say that's the dark. So, well, okay. So it's not necessarily a hook, but I'm going to say hook. PCs fall into a trap? Would the PCs have dreams, maybe? Maybe nightmares. We'll say nightmares are leading the PCs to a specific location. Probably a cave. They enter the cave and are engulfed by spores, which they fight off, but eventually essentially turn unconscious. We could honestly just make this like a myconid, yeah, like a new breed of myconid or something. That'd be kind of cool. There we go. The PCs wake up in a small village surrounded by a dark, scary wood. The villagers never... Well, do they never... Okay, so help me out. Do the villagers leave? Do they... And then we had to introduce this little girl, which is kind of like... I think all of the villagers will be reflections of our party. So that is where I would like to use the party to be kind of like, okay, you're... this person I find trustworthy because they remind me of my uncle, or like this person is I don't know, my lost child or something. If like I lost a child when I was very young, and he would be the age of this boy now, and that's why I'm like attached to them. But they're all really scared. So we have to have a central figure, and that needs to be like the mayor. Fungus puns. What's a good fungus pun? Mayor Truffle? Can we do that? Yeah, you were there and you were there? Okay. This sounds really gross on you. You guys are dead. Shannon, you're on fire. You're doing great. Okay, let's keep reading this. I don't know. This is in my mind. This is going to be super easy, and it is not now. So when I had that other one up, the Dark Lord seeks to transform their body. No, this one. A telepathic collective that townsfolk join by ingesting a rare fungus. So I'm just going to kind of think out loud. When psionic energy is fully drained from a victim, they, in the, what do I call this world? In the fictional world, in the illusional world, they are celebrated and go... I'm thinking like Midsummer or something, you know? Like, it's like, now you're the sacrifice. That's really fun. Yay! They're celebrated, and... Okay. Each day, one village member is sacrificed. Each day, one village member is sacrificed to by going into the woods to kill the great beast. And we're just going to call it that. The great beast. This is not a real creature, the great beast. As a sacrifice to, yeah, I already said sacrifice, to the great beast. The great beast does not exist, but is in fact a hallucinated spore-driven hallucination. But is in fact a spore-driven hallucination. So something that I think would be fun is, what if every day your players are in this village, they lose 1 point of wisdom? And that's the ticking clock for them to figure out what is going on. And when they go into the woods to try and escape, they always wind back into the thing. So let's write that. So every... this is too big. I'm sorry. I wanted to make it so you guys could read it, but now I can't read it. So every day the players are here, they lose 1 point of wisdom. When YouTube is down for thousands of people right now? What? Oh, I even have a playback error. That's crazy. That could be good, Yuki. Yeah. When they try to leave, they wind back up at the same village. At night, screams of people in the woods. So, lag and errors, buddies. Ah, you're killing me. Killing me. YouTube. Could have been something. It could have been a contender. Screams of the woods. Okay, so the players need to talk with others to get clues as how to become the sacrifice, maybe. If they can go into the, well, let's say this. At the center of the town is a house home to a little girl. Hello! Emophobie, or Emma-obi, if the PH is silent. Thank you for the donation. That's very nice of you. At the center of this town is a house that is home to an 8-year-old girl that everyone in the community just loves. She is also the only child in this village. She lives with the mayor, who is like a stooge. He's dumb, doesn't know what's going on. So the person really running this whole thing is going to be, yeah. Oh, I'm sorry that the video won't load, guys. Maybe I should try too. Let's go to YouTube. Yeah, we dropped a lot of people watching, so. Yeah, this is not working. Should I stop it and restart it? I don't know. That stinks. Oh, if it's working for you guys, then we can keep going. I guess it's just YouTube, so. I don't know. I'm sorry, guys. It's got to be YouTube because I'm green. Like, everything's just working great. So I feel bad. I'm sorry. He doesn't know what's going on. I guess I should have done this on Twitch. Sorry. Only when the players, assault the great beast in the woods do they realize that the little girl is the one in control. I don't necessarily they think they need to maybe the little girl is asking them to do stuff too. So they have to outsmart her in order to leave the in order to leave the domain, we'll say. Which they will wake up in the cave covered in fungus tendrils and the little girl is actually a creepy myconid. That could be fun. That could be a fun one. So we have a lot of those. I like that. What else can we use from here? So if we're gonna build this, there's got to be like things that we're gonna do here. So that's the general gist of it here. But then we're gonna do things to do. Well, what's going on in town? So what is this? That was 16. So we'll have probably, well, 2, maybe 3 NPCs per player. The beast is phantasmal, yeah. You could do 1 wisdom point a week, Silver Radio, but I don't know how to. I don't think I want to entertain them for a week. I think I want to. I think I want to. I don't want to entertain them for a week. I want to be able to figure out other stuff. So, like, that's why I think the urgency to figure out the puzzle is there. And maybe that's my problem because I don't really have the puzzle yet. But I want to go to Horror Toolkit and see what we can do. So we can do some curses. Components of a curse. Is there cursed in some way? The victim has disadvantage on attack rolls. They can't communicate. The victim gains 3 levels of exhaustion. Hit point maximum is reduced by 1d10. Victim gains vulnerability, resolution. Okay, so sample curses. So I don't think I want curses. Maybe innocent blood? No. But I do like this stress thing. So I think that they need stress in their lives. And this has to be definitely like we have to figure out a way out of this mentally rather than just attacking our way out. So. Yeah, I'm not making a whole. I just wanted to try out making like Dark Lords and stuff and using some of these tables because I thought this had a really good amount of Dungeon Master stuff in it that I was reading. So, stress. I definitely like stress so I don't know if you guys watch the Saturday morning D&D show, but we were talking about this where if you encounter your fears, you gain stress and you get, stress builds up, and when stress is high, like for every point of stress, I have like a -1 to my d20 rolls. And I thought that was really cool. So this is an optional rule. Like you don't necessarily have to use it, but like the calm emotion spell would reduce your stress for a little bit and things like that. But like you actually need good night's sleep to get rid of your stress. So yeah, sorry the stream's not loading. It's not working for me either, so it's bad news bears. Yeah, YouTube is chugging. Whoa, picked a bad time. Only 14 watching now. Okay. So, I'm going to end the stream, but this will keep going, and then I'm going to, like, let it sit for a second and come back. Are we back? Is it working? Hitting refresh. It says connect stream software. I don't think it's gonna work. Hey, I see myself. Okay. YouTube's being real bad today. Oh my gosh, and then it's lagging. Okay, well, let's finish this up, and then we'll do this at a later date. It'll be fun. Yeah, YouTube's just not doing it very good right now. So, because I'm like looking at the live stream and it says like, yeah, you're 100% good, but the video's circling. All right. If you are still watching, we're going to try this tomorrow. I'll see you later.